Hmm.
I personally think reservation is probably a second or a third step in a multi-step process towards achieving its intention.
Hmm.
I say this because political parties of 75 years back and political parties now are saying the same thing: social justice for Dalits, social justice for
Hmm.
everyone. So instead of thinking about alternatives for reservations, we can think about how can we make reservations efficient.
Okay.
Like
Do
for
you have any
example, some of
suggestions?
the I do not have any. Basically, the first thing I personally observed is that there is not enough awareness even after 75 years of independence. Uh,
Why
this
do
is
you think that
because,
is?
like, I've seen cases very close by. Like, my mother keeps telling me about incidents that happen. She's a government teacher, so she talks about how uh, schoolgirls of 16 years after going out of school, when they come back to meet their teachers after 2 years, they should be studying intermediate 12th class. They come up with they come back to meet as pregnant, which means
They come
I
back
mean
what?
my they are married, they are pregnant by 18 years.
Okay. That's a function
So
of patriarchy, isn't it?
no, also about not enough awareness because my mother keeps telling me that they have to keep on telling them that there are these SC hostels, hostels, more than enough scholarships for you. You can go to any part of the country and still study. I mean, not just in terms of tuition fees, but also there are hostels especially set up for you.
Hmm.
So they don't even know that. So I
Okay.
think that is a very big problem. Reservations can be made efficient only if that happens.
What happens?
Because awareness,
Why do you think it is
proper
not happening?
awareness, mm, not enough effort from
By
uh,
whom?
government, any government, state and central.
Not enough effort by, and correct me if you disagree with me, not enough effort by the uh, people who have been in power, right?
Yes,
Do you think those people belong to scheduled castes or were they upper caste?
mostly upper caste.
That's the point. The
No, but
solution
even
to
in
even this awareness problem is that more people in decision making positions should be from castes which suffer. If
yeah,
those
that is
people who
definitely
make
the
decisions,
solution.
what?
Yeah, that is definitely the solution.
Yeah. So reservation is the only thing that will lead there. Reservation is not the second and third step. Reservation is the first step also. If reservation is implemented, more people from scheduled caste backgrounds will be in positions of power where they are able to spread more awareness. Right now, awareness is not spreading because, as I said, the people who have the power to spread the awareness don't feel like it is necessary because their lives are not being affected.
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, I was exactly talking about the lack of awareness, especially in rural areas, not in urban areas.
But
There
that's
is
the
a
same
difference
thing,
there
isn't it?
also.
It's the same thing, isn't it? If people from scheduled caste backgrounds were in power, there would be more awareness across the board, urban areas plus rural areas.
Yeah, but even people from SCs and STs who have little bit of power are being appropriated by these other political parties.
That is true.
Who,
Which is why we talk
uh,
about Brahmanism. We talk about the Savarna in hegemony across positions of power and
and
government position power and
not
legal positions
directly.
of power.
Yeah, I cannot see the direct relation of, I mean, specific any scope for using, especially Brahmanism or anything, all upper castes.
Yeah, yeah,
And
I agree. Agree. Brahmanism means the entire system that is fed through the efforts of every upper caste, not
yeah,
Brahmins doing things. Yeah.
yeah, I personally observed that this is a big difference. And I mean, I have observed in my state, I come from Telangana. So, um, One example is that there is this scheduled tribe called Lambadis who
Mhm.
happen to live close by Hyderabad, close to Hyderabad regions, in districts closer to Hyderabad. And there are
Mhm.
other tribes which like Chenchus and Gonds which live in forest areas.
Mhm.
So the reason for making this point about awareness is because I mean, even though not all the Lambadis are aware and not using it efficiently, but there are people who happen to live close to urban areas and happen to get advantage of this reservation systems. But
Mhm.
those tribes who are far off from urban areas, they don't even know about such things like this exist.
Yeah,
So
and it still
I
goes
find
back
it,
to. I get your point. I get your point. I'm sure there are many communities like this which need more awareness. But at the end of the day, I go back to my main point. The reason the awareness does not exist is because, as you said, there is not enough effort. And there is not enough effort because the people who have the power to spread this awareness do not belong to the people, do not belong to the categories that have been oppressed.
yeah, and uh, the reason to justify that they'll give is that tribes want to be isolated. They don't want
Yeah.
to mingle with people. They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're really
This
worried, if
and
someone is really worried about tribes being isolated, get someone from that tribe, give them power to make decisions for their community, and then see what happens. But no, we won't
yeah,
give them power. We will want to make decisions for them, and when it doesn't work out, we will say, "What can we do?" They're the ones who don't want to be progressive.
yeah. And the final question I have is that there's a lot of discussion going on about the percentage of reservations given. I mean, these Tamil Nadu has been following 69% reservations for a long time now, and
Hmm.
recently Jharkhand, I think Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh have also passed state laws
Hmm.
of about increasing reservations up to 70%.
Hmm.
Now, the people, there are two sets obviously who say that this is too much, and people and the other side who say this is also even less. We have to increase even more. So it what is the actual correct number? Nobody's talking about the number. Nobody's justifying the number or
Well, I
trying to
suppose
at least
I
debate.
right. So right now, obviously, in a live stream chat between you and me at 11:24 p.m. on a Wednesday night, we are not going to arrive at the right number. Like there is obviously conversations to be had there about how to get to that number, what is going to be most useful and all that. But I don't think I'm in a position to make that determination right now. Sure, I agree with you that that conversation needs to happen. Maybe the right number is above that, and maybe they will be able to get there, but I don't know what I can say to that.
And the only problem I have with that is just increasing or decreasing the number is not the problem, but politicizing this reservation system is my problem. It should not be politicized.
What
I
do you
mean,
mean by
not in
politicized?
like
It is a
they
political
use
measure,
that.
right? It is going to be politicized. If something has to do with giving people more representation, then by
I mean,
definition it is
not in the
political.
sense of not in the sense of political representation,
Hmm.
but is I mean, the intention behind that is to appease the lower castes.
Hmm.
And I think even after increasing, they'll not be able to same thing that is happening right now, not be able to implement it in the right way intended and with right intention is what I
So
think.
no, I don't think I agree with the fact that this should not be politicized is a good point, because if you are not referring to the fact that it is already a political decision, then you're probably referring to the fact that it's an election issue. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, just before elections, doing such things just before
Okay. So
elections.
are you saying it
Yeah.
should not be an election issue?
It can be, but the intention has to be correct, is what I believe, because
How do you how do
the
you
people.
determine that? If there are two political
Yeah,
parties
I
and
know
both have made it
it's
an election
difficult. I know.
issue, yeah, I know. Like there are two political parties, both have made it an election issue. How do you tell the difference between whose intentions are right and whose are not? At the end of the day, all it boils down to is the person who's going to have to make the decision. They will research, they will give their vote to this guy or that person, and you know, we will either be in a good place as a result of it or a bad place. But the solution to it is not that it should not be an election issue, right? It can't not be an election issue. It will be an election issue. They're called Bahujan for a reason. There is a reason every political party is shitting their pants thinking about the caste-based census. They know their numbers are large, and they're uniting as a political force. So everyone is going to have to deal with it on some level. No political party in India right now can stay out of that conversation, and that's a good thing. Sure, maybe there is some chaos right now, but this chaos will dissipate, and hopefully some good things will emerge as a result of it.
Yeah, hopefully. But the
Hopefully.
reason why I said so is
VVD,
because
this is your last point,
uh,
huh? Uske baad I have to take Panda.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The last point is that certain political parties, like
Hmm.
the YCP in Andhra Pradesh,
Hmm.
they are branded as the Dalit party, the minority party, Muslims, Christians vote share. They enjoy their vote share,
Hmm.
and right after the elections, they completely fall at the feet of BJP. They
Hmm.
support each and every issue. In every issue by taken up by BJP, they support BJP. From they have been doing that from 2019, even in CAA. And they are called the minority appeasing party in
Hmm.
AP,
Hmm.
but still they are doing this. So that
See,
is the
I
reason why
don't
I'm
know.
saying that
I
even
I got your longer point before you said this. I don't know about this party. I don't know about the nature of the relationship with the BJP, so I can't comment on it.
yeah, yeah, I understand.
Thanks, VVD. Thank you.